Hello everybody, what is going on? This is Marcus and we are here with the hopefully highly anticipated final games of the Stockholm regionals. As you can see, it was me against Chandra from Sweden, so a rematch from the Swiss rounds. And in fact, yeah, I actually lost him. And not only I lost him, but also Billa, and not only once but twice. He lost him in Swiss and in Top Cut, so I definitely knew that this would be a tough challenge for me, as my team matchup is like not very great against Trick Room at all. In fact, if he can set up Trick Room and then have Cresselia next to Kyogre on the field and yeah, like have skill swaps so that I cannot block his water type attacks with my Groudon's Desolate Land ability, then as you can see on my team, like there's just nothing that can really take like Water Spout or an Origin Pulse. So the first thing, or like the main plan for me, is just to prevent Trick Room from ever going up, or in case that he somehow manages to get up his Trick Room, then I have to make sure that he cannot have the dreaded Cresselia and Kyogre combo. So just like in the Swiss rounds, I think that Kangaskhan and Smeargle is probably my best lead in this matchup. It was also revealed to us that his Dialga has the Citrus Berry as its item, so no thing like a Lumberry, for example, no like Chesto Rest set or something like that was seen from time to time in 2010. But rather, yeah, like as long as I can hit the Dark Void, I can prevent the Trick Room from going up. However, in our Swiss rounds, since I did get the Moody boost to decrease my speed, we did not really get to see how fast his Kangaskhan is, so I did not know, is it faster than Smeargle prior to Mega Evolution, is it faster afterwards, or maybe it's slower. We just don't have any information on that. So going into the first game, yeah, I just wanted to like check out how fast his Kangaskhan was. Like, if my Smeargle can outspeed his Kangaskhan, then basically I can just win by clicking Dark Void and like putting his Dialga to sleep, and that would be really nice. So yeah, let's just head right into game one, and let's see what happens. So yeah, like he seemed to definitely know what he was doing, and I actually used like the same 6 mons that he brought to this tournament in the mid-season showdown after the poll where you decided that I should run Dialga Kyogre Trick Room. And so you can see that I also agree with a lot of his choices, at least Pokemon-wise. I used like some different sets and items, but yep. So the first turn in our Swiss round was just exchanging fake outs, and so I thought like, maybe what if I just like fake out his Dialga and I could like just Spiky Shield my Smeargle and make sure that he gets some damage on his Kangaskhan. If he also goes for the fake out, I can get off some damage on his Dialga, and yeah, I don't know, I just thought that probably would be great. However, yeah, like soon after I like put in these moves, like I realized like, okay, like great, now I am in the position that I wanted. I mean, he took damage on both of his mons. However, he Mega Evolved his Kangaskhan, so like now he got the speed boost. He didn't go for the fake out, so probably I could have just gone for the Dark Void, but we still don't know how fast his Kangaskhan is, and there it is revealed. His Kangaskhan after Mega Evolution outspeeds my Smeargle, so he can just proceed to take out Smeargle right here, as I could not go for like a Spiky Shoot or anything. I went for the Power Up Punch just so that in case he was faster, I would be able to at least have the +2 on my Kangaskhan, and yep, he also sets up the Trick Room. So that could have really worked against him had I like, I don't know, like preserved Smeargle and brought it in at the later stage or something. But yeah, I guess that's how it is. So I switched in Xerneas because I want to keep Groudon in the bag for his Kyogre, and I just go for the Sucker Punch on his Kangaskhan, and fortunately enough, he did not go for the Sucker Punch on his own. So I managed to knock out the Kangaskhan, and I was really debating on what move I should go for with my Xerneas. I could have gone for the Protect, I could have gone for the Moonblast, or I could have gone for the Geomancy, depending on what I predict him to do. And I actually predicted him to go for a double target on my Kangaskhan, so I thought if I could get up the Geomancy and take out his Kangaskhan, then I would have full health, Xerneas, boosted special defense, boosted special attack, and like boosted speed doesn't really help. But yeah, I thought that he didn't have any chance to KO me next turn, since I could like Sucker Punch his Kyogre to like decrease the potential damage output of a Water Spout. However, he made a good play and went for the Flash Cannon on the Xerneas, and it turns out that Geomancy was not really the play to go for after all, since Moonblast on the Dialga would have allowed me to deal at least some more damage, and right now Xerneas can just feint to any move. So yeah, like right now he switches out his Dialga and goes out into his Cresselia, preparing himself for a potential switch into Groudon on my end. So had I switched into Groudon, he made sure that he could skill swap the next turn. But instead I went for the Protect here with Xerneas just to protect myself, and also to the Sucker Punch on the Kyogre, I believe. And in fact, he didn't really want to take that Sucker Punch, so he switched back out into Dialga. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I agree with that play, since I do think that going for like potentially a skill swap and an Origin Pulse would have been a nice play. However, I was really a little bit like scared of him going for the move, so I in fact switched my +2/+2/+2 Xerneas out. This time though, it was intentional, like I had something in mind, unlike in the semifinals where that was just like a very stupid move to make. So I wanted to go into Groudon and make sure that I can stall out another turn of Trick Room, as I did not expect him to go for the skill swap play. However, he actually went for the skill swap on my Kangaskhan, and I also made like I also realized that I can just like go for the return on the Kyogre, and I did not have to go for the Sucker Punch, because he cannot KO me with, like, even if he went for the skill swap on his Kyogre and like Origin Pulse, he wouldn't KO me. So I went for the return, but without Parental Bond, even at +2, that doesn't really do any damage to Dialga. So right now I thought that I had to keep Kangaskhan here, because it would allow me to pressure him a little bit more with Fake Out. And then this turn I made a really good prediction, I think, and actually went for the Earth Power on his Dialga, predicting him to go for the double Trick Room, because it was the last turn of Trick Room and I could have just protected my Groudon to stall it out. And in fact, yep, that is what happened. He tried to go for the double Trick Room as a play that, yeah, like Aaron, Cybertron Zhang likes to promote a lot. So yeah, I predicted that, went for the Earth Power, and it worked out here. But then, like, right after this, I was like, shoot, he still has, like, the potential to set up his Trick Room right now, since I can't really hurt the Cresselia with my Groudon at all. And depending on which move he does with his Kyogre, that could also be bad. Like, if he just attacks right here, yeah, like, he could do, like, a lot of damage. So I go for the Origin Pulse to decrease the power of a potential Water Spout. And he actually went for the attack here. However, unfortunately for him, he missed the Origin Pulse on the Kangaskhan, which was a huge deal here. Because even though it would allow him to get up the Trick Room, it also meant that I could just send in my Groudon right now, and I did not have to fear like being KO'd by his Cresselia, for example, with the potential Psychic. And so I do get up the Desolate Land, and yeah, right now I just can Fake out the Cresselia and prevent the skill swap on his Kyogre, and get off some nice damage with Eruption. And he actually went for the Origin Pulse right here, so yeah, like he definitely went for the skill swap, but I think like he should have gone for the Ice Beam just to be sure. But yeah, like on top of things, like I get to do like a lot of damage to both the Kyogre and the Cresselia, but he still can just go for the skill swap and Origin Pulse, I guess. However, since my my Kangaskhan, fortunately enough, dodged the Origin Pulse early on, it would also mean that I would be able to take this Origin Pulse and KO the Kyogre. However, I do actually avoid yet another Origin Pulse, so Tyler Durden, my Kangaskhan, really, yeah, pulling through here, dodging all the moves. But I guess, yeah, that's like the downfall if you rely on Origin Pulse as being your main source of damage output. The accuracy is only 85%, so that is like muddy water, and I don't know, like imagine teams last year being reliant on Specs Kingdra, and all they would do is like muddy water. I don't know, like it's not a very consistent strategy. However, it's obviously very, very powerful, and yeah, Origin Pulse and yeah, both Origin Pulse and Percivus Blades are just very strong moves, and as long as you can hit them, basically. So I was able to, yeah, with like some luck, I put in the code wrong as it seems. Yeah, with some luck I was able to win the first game here. Let me see where I went wrong. And oh yeah, the very first letter, typical. So I have to get all the way back. Okay, that is annoying. Okay, so anyway, yeah, like I got the luck here, but I was not feeling like overly comfortable after this game, because it showed like his Kangaskhan outspeeds Smeargle, and like after Mega Evolution at least, and I still did not know how fast it was actually, was, but yes, okay, so this should be good. And okay, here we are. So this is the second game. So I didn't really like what Xerneas did, and I thought like Talonflame might be better. That's actually something that Billa recommended to me, that maybe like going with Talonflame could help. As I mean, even if he gets to set up Trick Room, I can just go for the Brave Bird. Like Brave Bird and Sucker Punch can severely weaken the Kangaskhan or his Kyogre. And yeah, like I like the choice going for Talonflame in the second game, because I also thought that maybe he might want to bring his Amoonguss right now, since he saw that like, yeah, like my mons, like I didn't bring Talonflame in Swiss, I didn't bring Talonflame now in the first game, so I thought that maybe he thought Amoonguss would be the play to make. However, as we could already see, he went with the same 4 mons, but yeah, it would have been like something that made sense, I think. So once again, we do see the same matchup, Smeargle Kangaskhan versus Kangaskhan Dialga. And so right now, I thought like, okay, the first game I went for Spiky Shield and Fake Out, and it wasn't really that good because he Mega Evolved. Like, I don't like he used Fake Out on the Smeargle like all the times, and I knew that it was like crucial for his strategy to go for the Fake Out on the Smeargle, because if I go for the Dark Void and put his Dialga to sleep, then there's nothing he can really do to like stop me from just rolling over his team. So I go for the Spiky Shooting, and actually the Power Punch on his Kangaskhan. So that would mean I would have the +2 attack boost, which is nice. Smeargle would still have this Focus Sash intact, which is also nice, obviously. And while, I mean, he gets up the Trick Room right now, but now I do have like several options. I can go for a Sucker Punch on his Kangaskhan and Dark Void with Smeargle, for example, to put his Dialga to sleep. We do see the Moody boosts. It gets plus speed and minus evasionness. Okay, so prior to the play, I already like thought about what I would do next turn if this play would work out, and I said to myself, I don't really rely on Dark Void hitting right here and on like sleep rolls. And like had I gotten like, I don't know, like speed drop, I would have gone for the Dark Void, or had I gotten the accuracy raise, I would have gone for Dark Void. However, nothing of that happened, and instead I just went for the Follow Me. Now in hindsight, I do think going for the Dark Void could have just ended the game right there. But I just didn't want to like lose because of a miss, and I thought that going for another Power Punch on his Kangaskhan would put myself into a position where I could like outdamage his team. Like, I didn't see a way for him to just KO my Kangaskhan right now, because he still had the Dialga on the field, and even if he like brought out his Kyogre, I could just switch out into my Groudon to make sure that he cannot hit me with water type attacks. So I went for the Follow Me and Power Punch for the Kangaskhan. I did get a critical hit here, but I do think it didn't matter, and maybe he would have fainted to the first hit anyway, but yeah, like maybe there was also a chance that I could get like another boost from Power Punch. So now he sends out Cresselia, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like he has Helping Hand. I'm so dumb. He has Helping Hand Draco Meteor. He can one-shot my Kangaskhan, and basically I just lost the game. So in like desperation or something, I went for like the +3 Sucker Punch and also the Brave Bird on the Dialga, hoping for a critical hit on one of the moves, but I really forgot that he had Citrus, so even had I gotten like a critical hit on anything, like that wouldn't have mattered because he has Citrus and is bulky, so he would survive this combination anyway. But in my head I thought Kangaskhan was going down no matter what to this Helping Hand boosted Draco Meteor, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this was so bad, like I just should have gone for the Dark Void, but instead Kangaskhan somehow manages to survive, and actually shoutouts to Wolfie, who suggested me to use like just a little bit more bulk on my Kangaskhan, and that was just enough to survive this Helping Hand Draco. So next turn I predicted him to go for the attack with his Cresselia, and I was like, yeah, like sure, Sucker Punch +3, that is going to KO that Cresselia no matter what, so I don't have to go for the Brave Bird there, and I can just go for the Flare Blitz on the Dialga to knock it out in case it should attack, but nope. Joke's on me, Cresselia actually hangs on there and survives the +3 Sucker Punch, so once again my damage calculations were a little bit off, or like, I don't know, I didn't really, like maybe I was still like thinking about max attack Kangaskhan, but that's not what I was running since I had that little bit of bulk. But in the end it wasn't a very clever play. So it looks like, well, no, he has 3 mons, I only have 2, I just lost my chance to come back in this game, as he still has Kyogre in the back. But I mean, I do still have the Talonflame that can go for the Brave Bird here to knock out the Cresselia, so he has to go for the Helping Hand, because I mean, obviously you don't want to switch in your Kyogre right now to take the damage. But I mean, his Dialga is -2. I didn't know how much Draco would do to the Talonflame, and oh, it actually missed. Wow. So I didn't do Calx yet, but I do think that it probably had a chance to KO at least. But luck was definitely on my side here in this game, or like yeah, like my inability to play or to expect damage calculations, like I don't know, like got lucked out a little bit. So he switches in his last mon, and I was like, okay, like he has Kyogre, it's Origin Pulse, he has to hit both my mons to win. So I can just go for the Brave Bird and Earth Power and just hope that he misses either of the Origin Balls. If he misses Groudon, I win. If he misses Talonflame, I win. Okay, so go for the Brave Bird. There's nothing else I can do at this point. So let's see how much does it do. And oh, it's a critical hit. And I was like, oh my gosh, like wow, that's like so not deserved. I could have gone for the Dark Ward with Smeargle, that probably would have been a better play. I could have gone for like the Power Up Punch, potentially even with Kangaskhan on his Dialga, expecting to survive the Draco Meteor. I could have gone for the Brave Bird on Cresselia when I was predicting him to attack, but I don't know, like sometimes that's just how it is. Like I definitely think that in like a potential third game, I would have played like better, like knowing the cogs, like keeping stuff in mind, and I wouldn't have just like clicked buttons expecting to win. I don't know, like but sometimes that's just how it is, I guess. Yeah, I think there's like so much like stuff I could have improved in this game. Like I could have Dark Voided with Smeargle as I was outspeeding his Kangaskhan anyway. I could have Sucker Punched the Kangaskhan and just gone for the Dark Void. Yeah, basically I'm just kicking myself over the follow me play a little bit. Yeah, Billa also pointed it out to me after the tournament, and I told him that like what I just like said, explained that I thought to myself that I didn't want to go for the Dark Void, but I wanted to go for like the safe play, for the follow me play and the Power Punch. But I really like, okay, I mean I got the critical hit on the Kangaskhan with Power Punch, and I thought that I would get up to +4 when I was like calculating this in my head, but I didn't keep in mind that he would not Mega Evolve his Kangaskhan, and thus Power Punch actually did more damage to him, since he was like just playing Kangaskhan and didn't have the 100 death base. But yeah, that's just how it is. I don't know, like I somehow won this game, this set 2-0, even though it really didn't feel like I was like dominating him or anything. He definitely played well. There were probably some turns where he also could have made better plays, but overall I think it was worth being called a final, despite all the luck I had. But yep, that's just Pokemon. So thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you thought about this matchup, about this game in particular. With that many like Kangaskhan, Groudon, Xerneas teams running around, if you've been on Battlespot, then you've definitely saw them. Do you think that like Dialga, Kyogre could be a potential call to like, I don't know, like beat this matchup? Do you think Kyogre Dialga is advantageous in this matchup? Because I do think with like some adaptations, like some changes, the archetype of Dialga Kyogre definitely has some potential, but yeah, Dark Void Smeargle definitely troublesome for that kind of team. So I hope this video is long enough so that people don't just see that it's just 2 games, but have fun enjoying both games. Both of them definitely were really close, and yep. So thanks a lot for watching. As I said, my like live playing, I had like a lot of battle videos on this channel for the past few weeks, but I want to go back to like live battling. And since Battlespot is up, we do have the VGC online ladder. I can't stress it enough. I will play some games on that and record that as well, so yeah, keep your eyes open for that later today, and yep, see you, have a good day, and yep, bye. Thanks for watching.